Hey everyone, it's the New York Thrifter coming to you with a little bit of a cold, so sorry about the voice. I just wanted to share a Goodwill haul. I went out today, it's Monday, and I went to my favorite honey hole, I guess is what they call it, my favorite Goodwill, and it has a lot of designer brands, and so I always end up spending a lot of money. Today, not so much. This is a Goodwill that I'll spend over, $300, $400 without even blinking. Today, it was a little picked over. I got there a little bit late. But I still got a lot of great things. The first three things I want to share with you are all from the same brand, BCBG Max Azria, and they're three dresses. And so everything on Mondays at this Goodwill is 25% off, with one tag being 50% off. So red was a tag that was 50% off today. And so this dress I got for, what is that? $650. I got for $650, and it is a beautiful long sleeve black dress. It is an empire waist with a detail right here, like a tie detail here at the bust, and it goes to about the wearer's knees. And I really love BCBG, but it doesn't necessarily have the resale value that I want, especially when it's just kind of a plain black. This is also pretty hard to take in a picture and really show all the details. So on eBay, I can usually get between $25 and $30 for one of these dresses, as well as on Poshmark. However, I have a consignment store that sells designer brands and high-end brands, and they take BCBG. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this dress to them. They'll probably put it up, I'm guessing, for about $60 or $70, and I would make 50% of that, and they send me the check at the end of the month for all of my items that have sold. I'm going to be doing the same thing for this next dress. Again, BCBG. And I absolutely love this dress. It is so gorgeous. I paid up for it. It was $10. However, it has really solid corseting boning on the inside and this phenomenal woven texture. You've got some satin here along with some of the matte, and it's all woven into the bodice, and it is just an unbelievable strapless dress. It is a bit of a mini. It's a shorter skirt, but this would be amazing if somebody was going out to like a really fun party or club here in the city, or even if they had maybe even a black tie wedding that was a little more informal. This would be really cute too. And so again, I'm going to be taking this to the consignment shop to see what I can get for it. And for this last BCBG, this is an open weave dress. It is in kind of a mushroom color. I believe they call this cinder at the company. It is a red tag, so it would have been $9 not on sale, so I bought it for $4.50. And I looked this up. I found the name of this dress. This is called the Rosa Sweetheart dress because it has, on the bodice, it has that sweetheart design in the open weave, and there's, the waist, and it goes just below the knee. And I looked it up online, and I don't think it ever came with a any kind of interior lining or anything. And this is such an open weave that it is see-through. You would be able to see through it. So you definitely need to wear some kind of slip or something underneath it when you would wear this out in public. So I'm not going to take this to the consignment shop just because I'm not sure if they would take it without a slip. And so what I'm going to do is, because this brand sells pretty much for the same price on both eBay and Poshmark, around that $25, $30 mark, I'm going to post it to eBay. And the reason for that is it is generally a faster sell for me on eBay, so I can get a return on my money faster if I do that. Another little black dress here, this time from Eliza J, New York. Now, I've actually heard a lot about this brand. This is the first I've ever seen out in a thrift store, and I've heard a lot about this brand, so I was really excited. As soon as I saw it, I grabbed it. It was a red tag, so I did spend, $4.50, not a lot of money. When I got it home, however, I looked it up and it doesn't have as phenomenal a resale value as I thought. On eBay, a black dress would probably go between, $20 and $40. On Poshmark, it's a little bit more with $30 to $60. There's really nothing too special about this. It does have, the kind of flounce around the neckline, and it has a side tie. It's a little bit longer. It definitely goes below someone's knee. However, it is just a little black dress with short sleeves, and so I'm expecting to probably sell this for maybe $30, which is a really good return for a $4.50. But because I'd heard so much about this brand, I was maybe expecting a little bit more, but I will be very happy to pop it on up. I probably am going to start on eBay because it'll be a faster flip, see if I can get maybe $30, $35 for it. And if that doesn't work, then move it over to Poshmark, where, they enjoy the little kind of, sometimes the more high-end brands do better. Now, this is certainly a designer dress. This last dress that I have is a Badgley Mishka, and it's a size 10, which is phenomenal sizing. It's a little bit larger, not a size 0 or size 2. So, fitting those real world ladies. And it has a shimmer to it. It also has some sequence and beading detailing in it. I checked it over and it looks to be in wonderful, wonderful condition. And I was a little torn on what to do with this one. Because my consignment store does take it, I could definitely drop it off there. But before I do that, I saw on eBay that dresses, this style by Badgley Mishka go for about $50. On Poshmark, you could probably get about $60. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start out and I'm going to be putting this up on eBay for $60, take a best offer of $50 if anybody offers for it. But if it can't sell over there, maybe pop it up on Poshmark for a little bit to see if anybody needs a designer dress in a size 10 over there. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to tell you one of the best things about this dress. It was a yellow tag, which was not on sale. So I paid, it's a $9 for the yellow tag today. However, it's 25% off. So I paid under $7 for this designer dress. So that's really, really exciting. I have here a blazer. This is an Tahari. This is it's a brand that you can actually find Tahari I find it quite frequently at all of the thrifts I go to, but the Tahari is kind of the higher end designer brand. And this is a black blazer. It's got a 1-button closure right there up front. It's a woman's. Now, blazers are $10, but since it was yellow and 25% off, I got this for $7.50. And I looked to see if I could find a size tag on it, and I wasn't able to. And the fabric tag has actually it must have been washed and everything kind of was lost on it. So what I'm thinking I might do to this is take it to the consignment shop, because they might be able to have a better idea of who this is going to fit, because I could take measurements, but I don't want to mislead somebody on eBay if they're buying it, so they would have to ship it back if it doesn't fit, or I would have to pay for shipping. So I think I'm just going to try my consignment store first and see if they'll take this little black blazer. I have some sweaters and tops. The first one starting out right with a St. John. Everyone knows that this is a wonderful brand with a very high resale. I was recently visiting some relatives for the holidays in Florida, and there was an outlet mall with a St. John, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go check it out. I've never seen, St. John, hanging on the racks, and I figured since it was outlet mall, it might be better deals. I walked in, and almost nothing in the store was under $800, and this was their outlet mall. And so it was kind of an eye-opener for me as a reseller to see how much something like this goes for. So the price tag was $12, and this is red, half off, so I got this for $6. It's got some great little details of the St. John. You've got the SJ here, and then the zipper pull here. You've got another SJ. It is an open weave, mint colored cardigan, and I didn't see any flaws in it. So this is certainly going to be doing well for resale. So I'm really excited to put this online. I am going on eBay for this and seeing who's interested in a light green cardi. Next up is a button down from Garnet Hill. I really like Garnet Hill. I think they make really great, clothing that's just really classic and beautiful. I am in the process of selling some cashmere sweaters from them that are doing very well online. However, I was a little disappointed to see that the shirts, the button-down shirts, don't do as well. And so I looked up some different prices on this, and you can only get probably around, $15 on eBay for something like this. And so I thought, hey, this is a size 14, which is my size. I don't have a shirt like this, and so I'm just going to keep this. So this is a me shirt. It was half off of $9, so I spent $4.50, and it's going to look great in my closet and as I wear it. Speaking of me shirts, this is another one I grabbed. I love the Loft brand. Very good quality. This is an extra large that I got again for $4.50. It's another button down, and I'm addicted to stripes. I absolutely love stripes. It's my size, and so I'm going to grab it for me. So that does not go for resale. However, this next one certainly does. This is an amazing brand. I didn't know about this brand until I was at my bins here in Queens, and I saw jackets, I think 3 or 4 jackets by Elizabeth and James, and I thought it was a really nice tag, and so I grabbed them and I looked them up, and I was shocked to see how much Elizabeth and James really goes for online. And so I was like, it immediately went on my must-find list for brands. And so when I saw this, I absolutely knew that I wanted it. It is a cream color tunic top with long sleeves. And the back has some really interesting details. It's got some buttons that come together here in the back to make an interesting shape. And so this was a yellow tag, which means I got it for 25% off. So this Elizabeth James cost me almost $4. And if I sold it on eBay, I could get about $30 for it. However, Poshmark sales for this brand are really high. So for a shirt like this, I can get hopefully between, $40 and $50. So that's definitely what I'm going to do. I'm going to wash this up. It does have some pilling on it. You can see that, but I'm going to take a sweater shaver to that and get that right off. I don't see any problems getting that off, although I have to be careful. I have put holes in clothes before by not being careful enough when I sweater shave them. So just an FYI, definitely be careful with that. This is a Cynthia Rowley open cardigan. It's a basic gray color, and it is very long with pockets. It would go well past the wearer's hips. I saw that it was on sale. I got it half off of $9, so I paid $4.50. However, after I got it home and I was looking it over, I did see that there is a hole in it here. So I'm going to be taking this back and seeing if I can get store credit. I really love this. If it wasn't a small, I would definitely be keeping it because it feels so good. It feels so soft, but unfortunately, it's going to make it difficult to resell with the hole. So I'm going to take that back. If it did not have the hole in it, I would go to eBay and I would probably get about $25 for it, just in case you find one that is not holey. Up next is Madewell, which is the same makers of J. Crew. Madewell does really, really well on Poshmark. So this is definitely going to Poshmark. This is a cream pull-over top, and it has some buttons that go down the front. Is it missing a button? I hope not. I'm going to have to check to make sure it's not missing any of the buttons. Nope, they all match up. We're good. And it has lace detailing on it, which is really great. Long sleeve. It is a smaller size. However, I did get it for half off for $4.50. I can expect hopefully around $20 to $25 on Poshmark for this. The only hassle with these kinds of shirts is it is made out of cotton, and so it's really hard sometimes to get all of the wrinkles out and to really present it really nicely. And so I will do a little work with steaming after I wash it to really make it look great, and then do a flat lay for Poshmark with it. This is a brand that I see all the time on Instagram. There's a bunch of Instagram resellers that do a lot of Brandy Melville. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong about this, but I think they do a lot of trunk shows. So people get the items for relatively cheap, and then they can flip them on Instagram and other places. This is a cropped black and white sweater with very long oversized sleeves. Brandy Melville is a company where it's a one size company. You can see they don't have small, medium, large. They just have one size. And trust me, the size is not large. It is definitely a smaller size for the younger crowd. This is a yellow tag, which means I paid about $3.50 for it. And believe it or not, even though this is for the younger crowd, if I would post this up on Poshmark, it looks right now, I could only get about $10 or $15 for it. And so I am going to instead go to eBay, where the prices are closer to $25 for a sweater like this. So that's going on eBay. And that's just a little tip. Don't assume that you know which selling platform something's going to do better on. Just really take the time to do the research, and you will be able to get more bang for your buck. Next up is a now defunct brand. It's Horny Toad. I think they now, their brand is now Toad & Co., if I'm not mistaken. But this is a really great kind of pink mauve color long sleeve woman's t-shirt, size medium, which is great. It is a red tag. I got this half off, so I paid under $3 for it. And this brand does really well on eBay, so I'm going to expect to put it up for about $25 and hopefully get $20 for it. This is a new to me brand that actually does rather well, Robert Graham. And this is a woman's long sleeve top. And what makes this really great is, number one, it has lace on it. And number two, these buttons that are kind of a pearl button do really, really well for reselling. People love to see these. And so this is a size small. And I believe at one time it was at a consignment store, because that is not a factory tag. That would be more of a consignment store. And I believe they had it listed for $150. However, resale value is not that high. When you're looking for Robert Graham, when you're looking for this brand, what does really well are the more traditional button-down shirts, both men and women's. And what Robert Graham shirts often do is, when you go down to the end of the arm and you flip up and you kind of roll the sleeve, they usually have a really distinctive print on the inside. Kind of like if you watch Modern Family, and Cam on Modern Family wears a lot of those striped shirts, and he flips up his shirt sleeve and it has kind of a floral design that matches the shirt. That's very much the Robert Graham style. And so this isn't going to do spectacularly well, but I do think I will be able to get around $20 on eBay for it. So I'm definitely not complaining for a shirt that cost me under $3. Okay, this is another brand that you definitely want to familiarize yourself with, Vineyard Vines. I find this quite a lot. Obviously, the Vineyard is Martha's Vineyard is where it started, and so I'm quite close to that. It is a very expensive brand that has great resale value. This was yellow. The sweater was yellow, so I paid probably, I think, $3.90, just under $4 for it. And it is a kind of oatmeal color, really gorgeous sweater. It doesn't feel like it's cotton. I looked for the tag in here. I could not find either the sizing tag or the fabric content tag. So it leaves me flying a little bit blind. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it, and then I'm going to go onto the Vineyard Vines website to their sizing chart and see how close I can get to it. But also I'm going to be disclosing that in the listing. Please check the measurements to make sure it's your size, because it doesn't have a size tag on it. So I went to eBay to see what the resale value for a sweater, a V-neck sweater for women would be. And it looks like on eBay it's selling for around $30, which is phenomenal because I got it for under $4. However, just to do my research, I went on Posh to see if maybe it does a little better. And sure enough, a sweater like this will go for about $40. And it does really well. If you look at the solds, it's a continual, selling for Vineyard Vines. And so I'm definitely going to go to Posh to see if I can get that extra $10. I grabbed this Under Armour hoodie. This is just a plain black hoodie, and it has the logo right there in the corner. It is in phenomenal condition. It looks like it was never really worn a lot. No fading or anything. I got it for just under $4, and it is a woman's medium. I am going to be posting this up on eBay, hopefully getting maybe $20 or $25 for it. Okay, I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but I totally have favorites, and my favorite today is Tory Burch. This is a wonderful luxury brand that has a phenomenal resale value. Now, this is an extra small striped tee. And look, it's got the little Tory Burch logo embroidered on the bottom. I love it. I love it so much. And I did pay up for it. So this was $9, 25% off. So I paid a little under $7 for it. And I don't want to say it's worn because it's really not worn. I'm going to wash it and make it look really good and steam it. It's all cotton, and so super, super comfortable. And I'm probably going to end up posting this on Posh just because I think I'm going to be able to get a little bit more for it. I didn't see a whole lot of long sleeve tees over there, but I would not be surprised at all if I could get maybe $35 or $40 for this. And it's just really pretty to look at. So I'm going to have a really good time styling it and, playing with it for a while. I got one piece of children's clothing today. I don't normally buy children's clothing just because I noticed it doesn't have a terrific resale. You can lot things up of the same size, and I know people do really, really well doing that. I don't really want to store it, to get enough of the same size. It's just not, I enjoy women's clothing much better. However, this is a Hannah Anderson jacket. It's a jean jacket with embroidery and embellishments on it, and it's very, very cute. It's in really, really good shape. And Hannah Anderson, I do make an exception for just because it has a really high resale value. This is something that does well on eBay. I looked up other embellished jackets, jean jackets for the brand, and it wasn't quite as high as I thought. We're talking maybe $15 for it. I did end up spending probably around $4 for this. So, it's still a great return. I was just hoping for something a little bit more. I recently sold a Hannah Anderson winter jacket, and I think I got like $40 for it. So I was hoping for maybe $30 for this, but I will take, 15 or 20 and flip that. I saw these J. Crew joggers and I fell in love with them. They are a size small, so they won't fit me, but they just got a drawstring in the front and gathering there at the bottom. I am going to be listing these probably on Poshmark just because J. Crew is a great brand there. Hopefully I can get maybe $20, $25 for these. I spent just under $4, and so that would be a really great flip. And this last thing that I got, this is a skirt, and at first glance there is no way to say who the maker is because it's not really on any of the tags. However, It felt really nice. It was half off, so it was only a little over $2, and I thought, I'm going to look around a little bit. I didn't recognize this logo. It is a bolt, and I didn't recognize it. However, while I was looking at it, for some reason I turned over the belt. I have no idea why. And this is Mountain Hardware. And I remember I was recently watching a video from the Valley Exchange. Love the Valley Exchange. You must watch her. She is adorable. She's just a thrifter that lives in Oregon, and she has such a good time. Her and her husband do, weekly videos about, their thrifting, and I just love watching it. She mentioned Mountain Hardware, and she said it did really well for her. So I thought, size 12, half off. Let me give it a go. I'm going to be listing this on eBay. It's just a really kind of simple nylon skirt, something that you could, go hiking in, work out in. I'll probably be listing it for maybe $20 and then take a best offer of maybe $15. So that is my haul for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and please check me out on Instagram. I'm at New York Thrifter, and if you want more haul videos, give me a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear your comments below. I try to respond to everyone, questions, comments, or just to say hi. Thanks so much.